Well, hey guys, good morning. It is Brent Abel here, Web Tennis, another episode of 7 Around 7. 7 a.m. here Pacific, out in the West Coast, Southern California Desert. Rancho Mirage, the Mission Hills Country Club. Looking forward to some grass court workout with the Big O this morning around 9:15. Weatherman's calling for 85 today at some point this afternoon. Maybe it'll be an opportunity to get out there this afternoon at some point and hit a few serves, do a few sprints, do some stretching out there in the warmth. I'm really looking forward to the day. Anyway, wherever you are, hope you're having a spectacular start so far, wherever you are, as we get started. Look, today, guys, I'm going to show you a point from an indoor I played years ago. But we're talking about an inside-out forehand and something that Mr. Stowe, I don't know if he actually, I think he just sort of said it and kind of passing away. But to me, it just went boing. This is a huge epiphany. So we're going to get into that in just a second. Before we do, a couple of things that I always like to make sure that you're aware of. Number one is I've got some free courses, right? I got 3 free courses for you over at webtennis.com. You can get access to those by just going over to that URL, webtennis.com, drop in a first name and email address, and you'll get immediate access to creating your own free membership. And then you'll get access to those courses. Look, guys, if you are into becoming a better tennis player, right? Could be technique, could be tactics, could be mental, could be physical. If you're over at YouTube, hit that subscribe button so that you always get notified. Actually, you have to hit the notification bell as well. There's 2 little things you got to do there. But then you get notified whenever I go live like this, 7 Around 7, or upload pre-recorded content for you. And then look, if you are kind of interested in today's specific topic, which is that run around the backhand, hidden inside out forehand. If you want to know more about that, or if this is the kind of stuff you like, then hit the like button, whether you're at YouTube or over at Facebook. So I know this is the kind of stuff you love. And then finally, guys, look, fitness, obviously the pillar number 4 of our 5 pillars of becoming a better player. If you need to get quicker, if you need better endurance, or if you really, really need to start visually tracking the moving tennis ball a whole lot better, so you have better spatial distance away from the path of that incoming ball as you make contact, then look, it's really about fitness, and it could be diet, it could be supplements, it could be something, right? But if you want to know what I do specifically for my diet and what I supplement with, and what my training routine is, in fact, what I'll be doing this afternoon, let me know. Just go ahead and shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com, and I will get back to you. And look, again, like I always say, if I don't get back to you right away, I get a lot of emails, right? So it takes me sometimes a day or so before that happens. All right, guys, so let's do this. Let's take a look at a video that I've got for you. And let me go quickly find it here. Where are we? There it is. Okay. And so look, as I said before, this is a point from the National 65 Indoors that I played. I think this was in 2015, 6 years ago. First round match against Mike Lemens from Denver, Colorado. Who is the guy who invented, this camera is mounted on top of Mike's invention called the QM1, which is the Quick Mount 1. It's hangs off the tennis fence, or in this case, it hangs off the drape behind me. But if you really want to get a dose of reality of what your game is like, get one of these things over at mytennistools.com. That's MYTENNIS tools, TOOLS.com. This is what I use for all of my videos. Anyway, so look, we're going to talk about this inside out forehand, right? So this is the ball that I like to get around on, right? Because I feel like a couple of things. Number one, I can disguise what I'm going to do with my forehand. I could be going right, could be going up the line, could just roll one right up the middle. I could roll one here, drive one here. I could play a dropper off of this shot, right? So I like this ball here, which doesn't force me to have to really go into my alley, right? Obviously, the guys in the tour can do that. We probably can't, right? So look, one of the things that Mr. Stowe taught me was to get set up on this shot or any ground stroke and set yourself up in a way that you ask yourself this question: could you approach, right? Could you play an approach shot here? So that, I mean, if I wanted to go inside in, I could approach, right? If I wanted to go right up the middle, I could approach. Or if I wanted to do this, I could approach as well. And some of this is just hitting the shot and feeling it right about in, feeling it right here, going, what's the quality of the feel? Have I done what I really want to do? And then looking up and confirming, oh yeah. Because look, it may be that you feel the shot and you go, nah, that thing's going to come up short, or it's not going towards the intended target. I'm going to put the brakes on here and just kind of maybe shuffle back to wherever I need to get court position wise to bisect the two extreme angles, right? But in this case, feels right. So I'm going to keep moving in and be ready. You know, I'm assuming he's going to get it. Oh, okay, he doesn't get it. So what happens? Well, it ends up being a winner. But the last thing you want to do on this is you want to be hitting this shot thinking, I'm dinging this thing and it's not coming back, right? That puts way too much pressure on you. And at this point, you can't stop your opponent right about here. You can't stop him from guessing that that's what you're going to do. Now, look, Mike doesn't anticipate that's what I'm doing. He's just into the classic kind of split step, and now he's got to react to the direction, right? So, look, is this close to the line over there? No, it's not, right? So you can keep it inside the line and still be ready. All right. Hope that makes sense, right? Hope that makes sense. So look, the message for today on all your groundies, and this shot in particular, is set yourself up with that thought, well, could I approach if I wanted to? And I can't tell you how many thousands of ground strokes I've hit where my intended target was to go right back up the middle of the court, but I was either a hair late or a hair early, and all of a sudden I played this unintended approach shot opportunity that, you know, if you're kind of doing the new style of kind of leaning back on your, you know, leaning back and kind of windshield wiping, and all of a sudden your timing's not, you know, what you're intending to do, either go a little bit late up the line or you go a little, I'm talking about a forehand. Well, it could be, yeah, a little bit late up the line or a little bit early cross court. If you're leaning backwards on this, you're committed to staying back. And why would you do that? Why would you hit a shot, intentional or not, that ends up being an ideal approach shot? So have that thought in your head today. And when I get out this morning with Mr. O, that's going to be my thought of the day, is I'm going to move my feet so early, so quick, get the right spacing, have the racket prepped so early that I could approach on anything. Now, would I? No. I mean, if I'm a couple feet behind the baseline when I play that ground stroke, even if I could approach in terms of setup and all that, I probably won't. But there are going to be shots today where I hit it, I hit it a foot or two behind the baseline, where I get that unintentional, a hair late or a hair early, and now all of a sudden, oh, I should come in behind this, even if it means I'm going to hit my next shot, you know, a few feet behind the service line. That's okay. So anyway, hope the message got across you today, guys. Could you approach? Could you approach on any kind of ground stroke? And if you're constantly getting set up early and where you're not leaning backwards. Now, look, I mean, there are some balls that you can't approach on, right? You get pulled way out wide. You're just sprinting out wide, right? So that would be a tough one to approach on, right? But I'm talking about, and you know what I'm talking about, those balls that are within your setup range that you can get set up and have a little wait, W-A-I-T, time. Could be a nanosecond, that's fine. But make sure that as you play that ground stroke that you could approach if you wanted to, intentionally or not. All right, guys, that's it for me today. A quick reminder, if you want to know what I do for quickness, for endurance, in diet, supplements, my training routine to kind of encompass the whole thing with fitness, let me know. Brent@webtennis.com. Be happy to share that with you. Guys, until tomorrow, it is time to get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, thanks for hanging out.